Police have arrested a 25-year-old man for the possession of explicit material of minors. Patrick Corcoran of Rockland was arrested on Friday for multiple charges, including felony possession of sexually explicit material of a minor and multiple counts of unauthorized dissemination of private images. Police say this arrest came after a months-long investigation into the distribution of hundreds of images, which included images of local minors. They also say that there is a second suspect who lives outside of Knox County and that they have an arrest warrant pending. Rockland Police Department also asked anyone with information about the case to contact